Hey, bro, I don't know which one of y'all need to hear this, but that girl did not leave you to hurt you. She left so you wouldn't keep hurting her. She didn't leave to teach you a lesson. She left because she finally learned hers. Now, if any of what I'm going to say applies to you, I'm going to be real with you. It's too late, at least for that situation. And for the sisters that may be tuning in tonight, even though I'm going to direct it at brothers, like, if what I'm about to say applies to you and the man that you are dealing with, there's no hope for him. Because ain't nothing I'm saying is bad news for you. But I want this to release anybody who's still trying to prove their love or to wait things out, because maybe it'll get better if you just keep on enduring and tolerating and suffering and giving grace and all of these things that's really just getting taken advantage of. And the more that you give it, the more he wasted. I want to release whatever woman is listening to this, and you just love this man and you think your loyalty means you got to continue to let this man treat you like an emotional punching bag. I'm not even trying to come at you crazy. Like, I get it. Some people will shame you, but honestly, love makes fools out of even the most intelligent people. Don't shame yourself into thinking you're so stupid, you're so dumb, you're so weak. No. The hardest place in a relationship to be is at that crossroad where you don't know whether or not you need to leave or you need to stay and fight a little bit longer. It's hard because your heart is saying one thing, your mind is saying another. But I want you to know, if what I'm about to say applies to you, you are dealing with a man who is beyond reach. You're dealing with a man who's already made his decision, and the only thing you're doing wrong at this point is staying too long. You're dealing with a grown man who, whenever you first met him, he had already came into agreement. He had already gotten set in his ways. There was no amount of begging, pleading, talking, crying, explaining that was going to resonate with that man. If what I'm going to say applies to you. Now, on the same token, I need you to understand this. I'm only going to be as blunt as I want to be because there's another group of men who do get it. I always refer to them as alpha males, and some people think that's just a little tight. No, that's just a man who has done the work on himself, and he's continuing to do the work. So whenever you meet him, you're not telling him to get to work on these things. All you're doing is pointing out things he couldn't possibly see on his own. All you're doing is being a mirror to the ways that he can continue to improve, which was already in his value system before you came along. That's an alpha male. It's not a perfect man. It's the man who's not there to waste your time. Let me bring you a little bit closer. Matter of fact, let me put this link here, because anytime I talk about alpha males, a lot of women are saying, well, where is he at? Because, of course, that's the next step. That's the next question. But those alpha males are looking for good women the same way y'all are looking for them. But back to what I was saying. Brother, like, that girl did not leave because she wanted to hurt you. She wanted you to feel it in your chest. You gonna feel it in your chest, yeah. That's automatic, because that's just how God works. She ain't got to spin the block. God gonna spin the block for her. You misuse, you abuse, you mishandled, you neglected. And you ain't got nobody to blame but you. That girl sat on that bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, crying silently so she wouldn't wake you up, wondering how somebody who claimed to love her could make her feel like she was invisible. Even though she was right there with you, even though you were 3 feet away, sleeping peacefully, you didn't even notice that woman was drowning in the exact same bed, right next to you. The girl who once lit up whenever she saw your name pop up on her phone, now her heart drops whenever you putting your key in the door and she hears that you're getting ready to walk in. And she got to that point. If what I'm saying applies to you, her leaving isn't about breaking your heart. It's about saving the pieces of hers that you kept stepping on after you already broke hers. I'm saying that because a lot of y'all hit my inbox and you got all of these complaints and all of these tears you want to shed now. And it's like, brother, where was all of this empathy and care and investment when that woman was right there in front of you breaking down? You had a woman that made herself vulnerable to you. You see, a lot of y'all don't understand. Whenever you met that girl and you had to put in work and apply pressure, you know the reason why you had to do that? Do you know why? Like, it had nothing to do with, that's just how it go, or she's just trying to play hard to get, or she's trying to prove anything. No. The whole reason you had to apply pressure is because she wasn't easy. She wasn't automatic. It wasn't something that, didn't require effort. She was fine by herself. She was good without you. Like, that's why you had to show up and show out and be consistent and express this. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why. So whenever she finally lets her guard down and she lets you in, you got to understand that means something to her. But why would you wait until she does that to now show your true colors and pull back everything she had started to establish safety in? Furthermore, if she got to that point and then you showed her that it wasn't safe, don't personalize the fact that she left as like, she did this to get back at you. She did that. She left to get back to her. She left to get back to her. It wasn't vengeance. It wasn't spite. It was self-preservation. Because whenever you had her, her pain became an inconvenience to you instead of your concern. When you had her, her breakdown was your annoyance instead of your wake-up call. When you had her. She was sobbing on the couch after another day of feeling invisible in her own relationship. And instead of you asking her, like, baby, what's wrong? What's wrong? Something ain't right. And, maybe I can't make it right, but I'm here to listen. I'm here to support as you try to make it right. Or maybe there is something I'm doing and I could do differently to help make it right. What's going on? Instead of you asking something, you ain't got to read the script, just something. You sighed heavily. You rolled your eyes. You were so frustrated. Here we go again. What's this drama now? Like her tears was some type of manipulation. But in reality, they were literally her heart breaking in real time. That's what that was. She wasn't trying to just get attention. She was crying because the person whose attention she most valued kept treating her pain like a performance. That's why she was crying. She realized that she was mourning a relationship. She was grieving a version of you in that relationship, even though you were still alive, even though she was still in the relationship. Y'all tell me if I'm speaking facts. Some of y'all have been in this situation before. And again, if what I am saying applies to you and the man that you are dealing with, I'm telling you now, there is no hope for him. There is no hope for y'all. I want to rip that Band-Aid off because that's one of the first steps to truly healing. And once you heal, you can get in position for your blessing. Sister, let me tell you something. If you came in with a heart of gold, you came in fully invested, there's a man for you. But the one that you keep on entertaining and giving 20-second and 30-second chances to and justifying his behavior, he's in the way. He's in the way. I don't know another way to say it. He's in the way. And the man for you has done the work, and he is now an alpha male. And an alpha male prioritizes growth and his principles, and he's accountable to his principles, that he's integrated you into helping him materialize. Like, that's what makes him an alpha male, amongst other things. I talked about this in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. I talked about it in depth, matter of fact. So if you want that full conversation that I did in the masterclass about how you can attract your alpha male, comment the word secrets. I'll send it to you. You ain't got to get out here and try to trial and error, figure it out on your own, wait for years. No. I give you a fast track towards your alpha male. If you're willing to watch the masterclass, it's about 45 minutes, maybe an hour long, because I go in depth on there, much more than I can here. Comment the word secrets. I'll send it to you. I'll put the link down there at the bottom. And you definitely need to be one of those if you want true love, but you're dealing with a man who, which any of this, what I'm saying, applies. If you were sitting there begging while in that man's presence, begging for his attention, begging for validation, begging to be priority, while he spent all of his time and energy proving you didn't deserve to be any of those or get any of that. You didn't deserve to be his priority or get his attention. And if that's what he was busy doing while you were busy begging, this applies to you. Now back to the fellas, like, Y'all be so, oh, well, how could she leave me? She ain't loyal. Nah, she loyal. But her request for connection met your displays of indifference when you had her. And you know what they say? When a woman's fed up, there's nothing you can do about it. Don't play victim now. Her invitations for intimacy received your demonstrations of disinterest. Don't play victim now. Don't play victim now. She asked if you can put your phone down during dinner, just so she can have some time that she didn't have to split with something else, some kind of quality time made for her, not spared for her, not left over for her. And look, brother, I am not this gold standard promoting person. I know we all got scattered brains. Some of us got ADHD. We all got stuff to do. But whenever she asks for that, even with all the diagnosis in the world, you can still recognize, you know what? She's asking for connection. She's asking for priority. Maybe I'm not perfect at this, but I can give her something. But instead, you responded by making a big show of placing your phone face down and exaggerated size and aggravated and, what do you want? So it's like a here damn type of energy. And this was a woman that you went out your way to get the attention of. She didn't put a gun to your head and say, please come and talk to me. Now, all of a sudden, it's like such an inconvenience and a grievance to meet her emotional needs. You now acting like she's bothering you. And you spent the entire meal looking bored and checking the time, and all she wanted was connection. All she wanted was connection, but you gave her attitude. She asked for your presence. You delivered resentment just for wanting to be close to you. She wasn't asking you to sacrifice your whole life. She was asking you not necessarily to even sacrifice, but that you wouldn't have to sacrifice hers or her emotional needs just for more screen time. Again, I get it. People can be distracted and everything else. But if you get distracted too long whenever you're driving, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to what? Help me out down in the comments. What's going to happen? I ain't even got to say it. You get distracted too long while you're doing something that's really important, it's not going to end well. Everybody gets distracted sometime. Everybody takes their eye off the ball sometime. But you do it over and over and over again, and you're going to strike out. And it ain't going to be because she wanted to hurt you. It's going to be because she wanted to stop you from hurting her. You had your opportunity. She spoke her needs in every language that she knew, every language there was to even speak. But you only understood the dialect of her silence. And when she realized that, she was going to let that silence speak louder than any cries, any begging, any explanation, any 4-page letter text messages telling you over and over and over again what she had already told you and you were willfully ignoring. Because her words meant nothing until they stopped coming all together. Her communication was ignored until her mouth stayed closed. For months, she explained that your dismissive comments in front of all your friends humiliated her. She had been telling you that. You brushed it off with, oh, you can't take a joke? Man, lighten up. You can't take a joke? I was just kidding. But the moment she stopped laughing, the moment she found nothing funny in all those jokes, the moment she stopped contributing to any conversations, whether in front of your friends or when it was just the two of y'all, and she started staying quiet during those gatherings, suddenly you noticed. Suddenly she got your attention. But her voice had been screaming for respect the entire time. But you only heard her when she went silent and started giving up. That wasn't because she wanted to hurt you. That wasn't because she wanted to do something bad. That was because she was finally choosing her, whereas you didn't. She asked for partnership and she received a performance review of why she wasn't worthy of basic consideration. She wasn't asking for an arm and a leg, a kidney, the sun, moon, and stars, man. She was asking for support. And what did you meet her with? A lecture on her inadequacies and what she wasn't doing right. You couldn't drop your pride, your ego, your hurt feelings, all the things you really wanted to put out there in a relationship to justify what you were already doing to cope and to escape the responsibilities of the relationship, to continue talking things out, to continue working things out, to continue resolving conflict, to continue regulating emotions. You wanted to escape that. And to escape that, you needed to keep a clear conscience. To keep a clear conscience, you needed to criticize that innocent woman as if she was to blame for the current downfall of the relationship. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Ladies, if I'm speaking facts, put facts down in the comment section. If I'm speaking facts right now, put facts down in the comment section. And somebody, because you know they don't want to hear this. People get mad when I start telling the truth. They always say they're gonna cancel me or they can't whoop me now. I can fight. Y'all ain't got, that's why I say, hey, look, you ain't got to tell the truth. I'll do it for you. All I need you to do is hit the share button. If you watching this and anything that I'm saying is resonating with you and you know it to be true, hit the share button right now. I'll tell the truth. They can't whoop me. And comment shared whenever you do so I can shout you out and I can show you some love. I love showing love to those of y'all who are bold enough to stand on the truth. And because there's a lot of people out here who ain't. A lot of people out here who ain't. But again, when that woman was asking you for partnership and asking you for respect and asking you, you had everything and every excuse, every detailed reasoning why she didn't deserve that. You had a breakdown of any mark she missed or anything she did or said way in the past. You had all of this stuff instead of just saying, okay, look, let's start anew. Let's draw the line right here. Whatever happened in the past, let's just go forward with our new intentions of loving on each other and building this thing the right way and restoring anything that's been lost. You are the captain of that ship. You want to be a leader when it comes to getting a big piece of chicken and all of the decision-making rights as a man. But you got to be a leader when it comes to stewarding the relationship into the emotional state it's supposed to be. The mental and physical and spiritual wellness level it's supposed to be. You got to be the leader then too. That may mean being sacrificial in your leadership. Saying, hey, well, I'm feeling how I'm feeling, but let me put that aside for a second to hear what my queen is saying. Okay? Once she feels heard, then she'll be able to hear me. And once we hear each other, ain't nothing stopping us. You couldn't do that. Every need she expressed got met by how she had all of these excessive expectations from you. When she mentioned that she was feeling disconnected and she asked for just a little bit more quality time together, something on your schedule, like let's do this, let's do that. Or maybe we could just chill in the house, but I really just want to be with you and you be present with me. When she asked for that, when she mentioned all the things that she needed, you responded with this dissertation about how demanding she was. You shot it down. You shot it down. You compared her to other women who didn't require so much attention and how she should be grateful because you paid the bills. If you did that, she should be grateful because at least you came home that night. If you did that. If. But again, that woman wasn't asking for the sun, moon, and stars. She was just asking to not feel like a stranger to the man that she loved the most. But somehow her loneliness became proof of her deficiency rather than evidence of your neglect. Funny how that works. And again, ain't nothing funny when that alpha male come in and he step in and say, hey, look, you were never asking for too much. You were asking a man who wasn't enough. It's all fun and games until another man come in. And this is why I say, ladies, please do not try to hear what I'm saying and then take yet another explanation to this guy who willfully ignored the last one. Do not hear what I'm saying and take yet another dissertation or 4-page letter or lecture or TED talk to this man who has been plugging his ears and he feels comfortable doing that because you continue to stay. Don't take what I'm saying and try to fix anybody. There's a certain group of men that may hear what I'm saying, and there's a chance, but the odds are not in your favor. If you've already been saying, if you listen to what I'm saying now and you say, that's exactly what I was saying. If you hear what I'm saying now and you're saying, I was telling him this, he didn't want to hear it. I'm telling you now, that's over with. That's over with. And there's alpha males out here who will hear you just fine the first time. Don't think that, oh, because it's over with this guy that you've been trying to fix and raise and inspire into loving you, that ain't no other man out there. God didn't stop making men. God did not stop making men. In particular, there are alpha males out here who will hear you just fine the first time. Again, if you want the roadmap towards your alpha male by way of drawing in your alpha male because you know how to attract alpha males, I gave away the strategies to attracting that level of man who has done the work internally in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. I put the link down in the comments. So go register and it'll send you a link, or just comment the word secrets and I will send you a link to get that masterclass, aka your secrets, because a lot of people don't know this, a lot of women especially, to attracting alpha males, skipping the part of the dating pool that has piss in it. Comment the word secrets, I'll send it to you. If you were in that relationship with that bum, craving presence, emotional presence, that if you were looking for that, but all you got was a physical location of that man with a do not disturb sign hanging on his heart, I'm talking to you. If his body showed up while his soul and his mind and his spirit and his energy and his best self was somewhere else, I'm talking to you. If that man was present in geography but absent in intimacy, put facts if I'm speaking facts. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And some of you, some women are just honestly, they're still on the fence. They're not sure. They're at the crossroad and they just need the confirmation of some of y'all who get it. Put facts if I'm speaking facts. If you know what I'm saying to be true. You just needed that man to protect your heart because that's the whole reason you even gave it to him, because he, positioned himself as somebody who was safe. And all he did was hand you the knives. All he did was pick up knives to stab you in it with. That's all he did. That's all he did. His careless words became your daily wounds. Put facts if I'm speaking facts. His thoughtless actions became your constant pain. Put facts if I'm speaking facts. Because they're going to swear I'm lying. And maybe I am. So y'all tell me. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But if I'm speaking facts, again, share this and comment, share it. I'm looking down in the comments. We need more people who are bold enough to say the truth, man. You in a relationship with that man and you fighting for it and he just fighting against the effort that it requires. Yeah, when you leave, that ain't about you hurting him. That's about you choosing you. That's about you refusing to let him continue to hurt you. Every bit of your investment is being met with resistance from him to reciprocate the same energy. The moment you realize that he heard your pain, but he chose his own comfort over your healing, that should have been the moment that you knew it was no more effort for you to give there. There was nothing else that you could do. And I'm not coming at you crazy, sis. I'm not mad at you. I'm not shaming you, because I know a lot of people do that, but it's not even your fault, because that's the nature of the heart. Even the Bible says the heart is foolish. It's not your fault. People love to blame the woman for falling for the act instead of blaming the man who deserves an Oscar for how fake he was being. People love doing that. It was the mask. It was the pretending. Like, that was the problem. Not how good you are at dispelling and good you are at seeing through somebody's act. Like, no. You were dealing with a man that valued winning arguments a lot more than he cared about winning your trust. You were dealing with a man that saw your love as guaranteed rather than something that he needed to earn every day. That was the problem. And so when you got to that point as a woman where you said, you know what, I feel like I'm in this relationship by myself. And he responded with something like, man, you being dramatic. That should have let you know. When you was telling him stuff like, I need you to actually want to be with me. And he would say something playing stupid like, we together, right? We here, I'm here right now. That should have let you know, sis. When you was telling him how it hurt, when he would dismiss your feelings and he tried to make it seem like you were asking him to walk on eggshells, that should have let you know that he was turning the tables around on you. That was manipulation. That was manipulation. You was telling him that you were overwhelmed. You were drowning. You needed help. You needed assistance. You needed partnership without having to beg or plead or tell him every single time. And he responded with something like, man, you always complaining. You always negative. You always. Or when you was telling him, I'm running low on energy. I don't have much to give. I can't be the only one fighting for this relationship. And he responded with something like, ain't nothing stopping you from leaving. If it's so bad, then why are you still here? If it's so bad, then why don't you just leave? That should have let you know. It was time to free yourself from that fool and get in position for your alpha male. That should have let you know. But again, and I need to say this to the men, she didn't leave to hurt you, bro. She didn't leave to hurt you. She just refused to let you keep hurting her. Her tears, that was not manipulation. That was the sound of her heart breaking in real time. Her silence wasn't punishment for you. It was her preservation. That woman that you lost wasn't too much. You were too little for what she needed. She sat on the bathroom floor crying quietly so she wouldn't disturb you when you were asleep. Whole time her heart was being destroyed by your indifference, by your apathy, by you ignoring her on an emotional and spiritual level. So her departure, that wasn't revenge. It was rescue from someone, meaning you, who mistook her loyalty for permission to cause her more pain. She didn't give up. Not on love. She didn't. She just finally learned the difference between love and the beautiful lie we like to tell ourselves about people who aren't capable of it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but the silence that you're hearing now, that's not her punishing you. That's the sound of somebody who finally stopped drowning herself trying to save a man who never planned on swimming. You ain't gotta like it, but it's the truth. If you agree, anybody watching this, if you agree, hit the share button. Find a little arrow down here so we can spread more of this truth. I'm your internet big bro. You know I got your back. Hopefully something I said was of value to you. Again, if it was, put your money away. This is for free, but I just ask that you pay it forward and bless somebody else the way that you got blessed. And if you want more in-depth content like this, again, more in-depth, not like this, but where I really deep dive into the solution piece of how to position yourself for an alpha male who gets it, sisters, this is what you've been waiting on. Thank me later. Comment the word secrets. I'll send you a free link to access my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. I'll also put the link down here in the comments. Holla at your lady. I'll be good.